You wrote a best-selling book called The Case for Trump. I understand a new and revised version just recently came out. I read the first one. I haven't read the revised version, full disclosure. What are the best reasons for voting for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I wrote that book. It was called Why Trump Won, and the publishers felt that that was not edgy enough. They were right. It sold a lot more because it was the case for Trump. Well, I would look at foreign policy first. Was there a war during the Trump? No. We had ISIS under the Obama administration that had absorbed half of Iraq. Did he destroy ISIS? Yes, he did. He bombed the proverbial, what he called SH, I won't repeat the word. Did he corral Iran? Was Iran as able as it is now to arm Hamas and Hezbollah and encourage them to circle with a ring of fire, as they called it? No. In other words, he got rid of General Soleimani, he got out of the Iran deal, he sanctioned them. Were the major areas navigable? Could you go into the Persian Gulf without fear of Iranian harassment? Could you go into the Black Sea without fear of Russian harassment? Could you go into the Red Sea? Yes. Eastern Mediterranean, yes. Even South China Sea. I don't think American fleet wants to go between Taiwan very often and China right now. Was there a problem in recruitment? Were we 45 to 50,000 soldiers short of the military? No, no. That happened under the Biden-Harris. Why? Because we demonized the one demographic who died at twice their numbers in Afghanistan and Iraq. And we said essentially they were part of a cabal or racist, white rage, white privilege. Pentagon's investigation found nothing, even though Mark Milley and Lloyd Austin had suggested that this was an endemic problem. So the military was in much better shape. There wasn't a theater-wide war. There was no war. He left office, Trump did, and the annual inflation rate was 1.23. Interest rates for a 30-year mortgage were somewhere between, if it was discounted, depending on the years, 15 or 30, between 2.7 and 3.5. They got up, I can tell you I took out a mortgage, it was almost 7%. So there was no inflation, interest rates were low, he spent too much, and that's a legitimate criticism. There were no wars abroad. And for all of the left's accusations, did the FBI under Trump and did the CIA and did the DOJ go after their particular enemies? No. The DOJ during the Trump years basically went after Donald Trump through the 22-month, $40 million budget of Robert Mueller and the so-called Dream Team, or hunter-killer team, as the left called it, of lawyers. So I don't see any politicalization. I'm not saying that Trump might have not wanted that, it just didn't happen. They were all adversarial. And there was a level of resistance to the administration that we've never seen before. So as far as in conclusion, weaponizing the government, no. Foreign policy, calm abroad. Economy, strong. And this was right after the worst and the only national lockdown we've had in our history with the COVID. Joe Biden said no one was vaccinated until he came in. Actually, 17 million people had been vaccinated with Operation Warp Speed. So I think most people, this is not Victor's opinion. If you ask Gallup, Harvard-Harris, were you better off under the Trump administration or under the Biden administration? It's overwhelmingly 10 to 12 point plurality or majority feel it was better under Trump.